Hello everyone, this is Angela, and here is my final reflection for industrial technology and education. For the first teaching standard, it is to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. This can be done by promoting creative thinking and inventiveness, engaging students in real-world issues and problem solving, promoting student reflection, and engaging in learning with students and colleagues in face-to-face and in virtual environments. For this, I felt that my digital storytelling, visual learning, and video creation lesson plans best fell underneath the standard. For visual storytelling, I had students come up with a short fable directed towards grade school children. After writing down this story, they would put it together into a picture book, wherein then we would go to the grade school and the students would share their stories with the younger classmen, and then the grade school children would put on a show based on the short stories. This was a way for students to be creative with writing fables, to work better with younger students, and overall be creative. For visual learning, what I had in mind was students would read the novel The Giver by Lois Lowry and afterwards would put together different forms of media based on information pulled from the book. In the examples that I made, students made trading cards based off of the characters in the books. Other examples, though, would be writing an editorial, advertisements, anything that you could infer from what the narrator was saying. For video creation, students would be allowed to use Animoto to create 30-second to minute-long videos about anti-bullying. I felt that this was a good way for students to step outside of the classroom and do something that could benefit their entire school. It was a good way for students to be creative and also feel like they were really doing something that was worthwhile. The second teaching standard is designing and developing digital age learning experiences and assessments. To do this, you can design or develop lesson plans that incorporate digital tools or resources, develop technology-enriched learning experiences, customize and personalize learning activities, and provide students with multiple and varied assessments. For this, I felt that my blogging and gaming lesson plans were the best underneath this standard. For my blogging, I was going to have a month of ABC where each day students would go onto a blog that I would update after school, where I would put up a new vocabulary word that started with whatever letter it was of the day. For example, on a day, which would be the first of the month, I would have a word like airy or aardvark. And after looking the word up with the parents, the students would have to create a sentence correctly using the vocabulary word. For gaming, what I had in mind was having students play Pajama Sam 3, You Are What You Eat from Your Head to Your Feet. The purpose of this game is to present an interactive game that teaches children about the food pyramid, how to eat healthy, and how to take care of yourself. Gameplay is very varied, it's fun, it holds children's attention enough that they wouldn't mind learning. The third teaching standard is modeling digital age work and learning. You do this by demonstrating fluency in technology systems, collaborating using digital tools and resources, communicating information using a variety of digital media and formats, and modeling and facilitating effective use of digital tools. For this, I felt that my interactive whiteboards and concept mapping fit best. These two lesson plans are actually interlocked together. For interactive whiteboards, I would be first giving a PowerPoint presentation to children about what is a story map, helping them understand what is plot, setting, characters, conflict, resolution, everything like that. Afterwards, I would present them with some picture prompt to explain, alright, from this picture, can you give me a character name? What is the setting? What is the plot? and while we are picking character, plot, and setting, there would be a story map on the interactive whiteboard, and students would be encouraged to come up to the front and write down a character name or a setting or the conflict resolution, which is what a story map is. At the end of this classroom lesson, their homework assignment would then be they would be given another picture prompt and they would fill out a story map by themselves. The fourth teaching standard is promoting and modeling digital citizenship and responsibility. To do this, you can teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology, use learner-centered strategies, and provide access to appropriate digital tools and resources, promote digital etiquette and responsible social interaction, and develop cultural understanding and cultural awareness. The lessons that best fit under this standard were my social media and global connections lessons. For social media, going back to my ABC blog, after students found out what the vocabulary word of the day was and coming up with the sentence, with their parents' help they would then go on Twitter and underneath the hashtag Ms. Mazzara's ABCs would tweet their vocabulary sentence. Global connections is a little trickier. After pairing up with a school on globalschool.net, students would then, through a Skype call, speak with students from another country. While doing this, they would be sharing fairy tales. For example, students in my class might choose to write down Little Red Riding Hood, just record it briefly on a piece of paper so they have something to refer to while they're sharing it. And while they're sharing Little Red Riding Hood, the students from another country would be sharing their own adaptation of a fairy tale. The purpose of this assignment is for students to understand the differences in cultures and also to sort of start to get a basic understanding of different languages, mostly by using basic language in their own translation of a fairy tale. The fifth and final teaching standard is engaging in professional growth and leadership, and ways to do this are exploring creative applications of technology to improve student learning, demonstrating a vision of technology infusion via shared decision-making and community, making effective use of existing and emerging digital tools and resources in support of student learning, and contributing to the effectiveness, vitality, and self-renewal of the teaching profession. For this standard, I felt that my badges lesson plan most made sense. For my lesson plan, this focused more on the position of librarian, which is one that I would like to eventually hold after my college learning. The assignment would be that over the period of 1 year, students would have the opportunity to earn 6 badges based off of 6 reading genres: adventure, fantasy, and basic fiction, among others. Students could have the ability to earn 1 or all 6 and would not be penalized if they didn't receive all of them. The purpose was just to have students step outside of their comfort zone and read different genres and perhaps find something that they really enjoyed. I felt that this was a good way to utilize badges without making it seem like students were being bribed to read or do schoolwork. And thank you very much. This was my final reflection of the semester. I learned a lot from this class, and I hope you did as well. Goodbye.